Before all of that, though, a production line could be set up on Leicester's Space Park to build satellites for the space industry. It comes after the site, due to create around 1,000 jobs, was given a £14 million government grant.
Well, as we told you last night, with match funding, private and public investments, that final tally is going to get to around the £100 million mark. The Space Park it will build is due to open in the next few years and is described as being strategically important on a national level. Well, Mike O'Sullivan is there for us now. Good evening, Mike. It's a location that really is going to be dramatically transformed, isn't it?
That's right, Maurice, and on the 50th anniversary of the moon landings, I suppose it's appropriate that what looks like a moonscape here in Leicester will be turned into the Space Park. It will be a new era, though, with 3D printing perhaps being used to build the satellites. The University of Leicester is one of the key drivers in this, and they're helping to take the space industry into blast-off. Earthbound in Leicester, but preparing for an arrival from Mars. Equipment is being developed to analyse material due to be brought back from the Red Planet by NASA around 2031. Part of space research work at the University of Leicester, which also has plans to build a production line for satellites.
What we're looking to do is to do the research and development that allow us to produce the production line. At the moment it can take 10 or 15 years to produce a very large satellite. We hope to take it down to months to produce many hundreds of satellites.
The university's production line will be based here on a former college site in the city. It's due to be turned into a £100 million space park, the home for a cluster of companies and organisations. It's just received a £14 million government grant, and the site should be completed in the next few years.
So we have peaks in the morning, and we have a peak at lunchtime, and then we have another peak in the evening.
One university spin-off company also hoping to move in is based nearby. EarthSense uses satellites and sensors on the ground to measure air pollution. The red areas show how it's affected the East Midlands on a winter's day in January this year. There's said to be huge potential for exports of this technology.
Satellites give us answers across the whole world. They'll give us an answer in China, the same as India, the same as the Middle East. Therefore, that is a valuable thing as we try and export our services. We try and provide services to the global companies and large megacities across the world who really need to solve the problems of pollution in their area.
The university has a 60-year history of sending instruments into space, including the first British satellite that was launched at Cape Canaveral in Florida in 1962. And a former student from America, Jeff Hoffman, went on to become a space shuttle astronaut in the 1990s.
Well, we've been putting stuff into space for about the last 60 years. Probably as we stand here, there's a piece of hardware built in Leicester flying over our heads. Hardware from Leicester is currently on its way to the far reaches of the universe in Mercury, as well as taking day-to-day samples of our weather here over Europe.
It's only one small step across the city from the university to the new space park, but it could be a giant leap for the space industry. Well, back to Earth. Martin Barstow is from the University of Leicester. Good evening, Martin.
Good evening.
Martin, about £25 million of public money has been put into this project. Will it be value for money?
Oh, definitely. It's already brought in an extra £70 million or so on top of that to create the whole project. And we're going to deliver a very large number of jobs over the life cycle.
Well, we've got sat-nav, we've also got the internet, but why do you think so many people perhaps think that, spending on space isn't a good thing, is a waste of time?
Well, it looks like a high-ticket, expensive item, but actually it's very good value for money for people, because what you don't realise is just how much space affects our daily lives. You already mentioned sat-nav, but we have global warming that we monitor from space, we monitor pollution, and we use the data that we get from pollution monitoring, for example, to help people live healthier lives.
Well, we've got AI coming in, robotics. Will that reduce the number of jobs created here and elsewhere in the space industry?
Not at all. It'll actually increase the number of jobs because it'll help us grow the space industry and take advantage of all the new opportunities that we have for commercial activities in space.
And how soon do you think that production line could be up and running here?
Well, we've already ready to start building. You can see the site is empty at the moment, but within a few months we'll actually be building the buildings and they will open towards the end of 2020. So within 18 months we'll be up and going.
OK, Martin, thank you very much. Well, this site is the size of about 6 football pitches, and there will be some space photos taken for the university from a friendly satellite. So watch this space in more ways than one.
That sounds brilliant. Mike, thank you very much in Leicester.